We have another person who's messaged me with a scenario, which you can also do through the link in the description. I am afraid to fail and I don't take opportunities because of it. However, when I do take these opportunities and try new things, I often do succeed. I'm not sure if this fear of failure is a good or a bad thing. And they've gone to give me example. I don't know if I should give this example, so I won't. But let's talk about fear of failure. When it comes to having a fear of failure, one of two things will happen, right? Either you're cooked and you're not going to go anywhere in life, or you're going to be exceptionally well, okay? And let's map out each one of those journeys for you. Either you do really well, or you're cooked. And I mean like cooked as in burnt cooked. Thomas Edison, I mean apparently it wasn't him who actually made the light bulb, but well, let's look at Dyson when he was making his Hoover. Bro went through like, I can't remember whether it was 1,000 or so many iterations of the design, and it kept failing before he succeeded and became a millionaire. My thing is this, right? If you are sorry afraid to fail, then I don't know if the lifestyle that I'm trying to teach people to have is for you, okay? I'm being so real with you. If you're afraid to fail, it means that oftentimes you're going to be afraid to try things. What I can help you with, rather than just saying why you're cooked if you have this fear of failure, is I can help you actually learn how to address and deal with it. But before I do that, I'm going to talk about how it can also be a good thing. Some people will use this as a fuel. So they'll go and they'll, apply themselves, jump at opportunities, throw themselves headfirst at things, and they will make it work because they're afraid to fail. Let me give you an example, right? Let's say you have a business. This is one method that you can use. I'm going to call this the reverse trap. And let's say you have a business and you're providing a service to someone. And let's say they need a specific result, like they want to sign 20 new clients and you're going to help them because you're an SMMA person that's helping them market themselves, etc. You've secured a deal where they've agreed that they're going to pay you 50k, that's decent, 50k for that month if you can get them those clients. And let's say they paid you already. If you don't get those 50 clients, you're cooked because you have to send the money back, which means you can't, pay for what you need to pay for, can't look after your kids or whatever. Or let's say they haven't given you the money. They've done it on a promise that if you get the clients, you then get that 50 bags. Let me tell you something, right? I know for a fact, if there's for some people, let's use a more realistic figure. Let's say it's 300,000 on the line, all right? I know people who don't care about, 10k or whatever, so I know some of you may be watching this video. If you've got 300 racks on the line for a month's work, fear of failure is a pretty good thing to have because you're going to do everything in your power to ensure that you get this done. So this is how you can take your fear of something and use it as fuel. And this is what I've done with my life. In my previous video, I'm not sure the order that I'm going to establish these, but I explained how I left university. And now because I have done so, the only option that I had, the only option that I gave myself was to succeed at business. That's all. If not, then I'll be start working a job or I'll be living in nature somewhere in the forest, right? I have taken my life. I'm a big risk taker, okay? I've taken my life and I've put myself in a situation where I cannot fail. I have no option but to succeed. So if you're someone who has the fear of failure, I would strongly recommend doing that. Because at least if you can't tackle the fear, you want to harness the fear to do something great with your life. If you have the fear and it completely cripples you to the point where you're cooked, or you're Kentucky cooked, Kentucky fried cooked, then we need to deal with this. And to deal with this, I recommend looking at the energy centers. Something that I teach my clients how to do. I will make a video on the energy centers in a simple form. I don't like teaching certain things about them because people start messing around and trying to do things and all sorts. But you want to look at the energy centers. You want to learn how to balance the energy, just start meditating basically. I'm going to put up some guided meditations for you that address certain issues like this because that will be more helpful. And just do it every day and eventually that fear will go. The only reason why often many people are afraid to fail is because they care about how other people perceive them. It's not the fear of failure, they have the fear of other people thinking they're a failure, which are two different things. But 90% of the time, that's the real fear. The real fear is everyone else is going to think that I flopped and they're going to look down on me. But who cares? Let them look down on you, man. Stay down until you come up. You know what I mean? You gotta grind, you gotta do what you have to do. And once you're in that preparation period, once you then soar, you're gonna soar. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people, they rush, or they follow the train of life, school, this, that, uni, job, bam, work. And some person can have no idea what they want to do for 10 years. Then not care what people think when everyone's looking down on them and just hustle. My brother is a perfect example of this, man. Like, the amount of people that look down on him, and he didn't go the conventional route, and he just pops up at 21 years old and buys a house. Once you're able to detach from how you feel about people's perceptions of you, you really fly in life. But these advice videos are supposed to be short, so I'm gonna keep it at that. Send through your scenarios and I'm gonna answer them. Peace.